All right, so this year has been a unique year for the Raiders so far, as it's really the first season with fans at the new Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. But, I mean, I can't really think that it's gone as planned. I mean, you know, this stadium week by week is being filled by opposing teams' fans. Last night, Chiefs-Raiders, Chiefs fans overtook that stadium. I think there were more Chiefs fans there than Raider fans. There was a sea of red. The Bears game a couple weeks ago, plenty of Bears fans there. Dolphins game at the beginning of the season, plenty of Dolphins fans. And I mean, my question is, like, were the Raiders really willing to leave Oakland just to have a stadium filled by opposing fans? I mean, seriously, like, I know they probably expected part of this, but, like, it's really, you know, a nice stadium and whatnot, but it's being filled by opposing teams' fans, and that was never happening in Oakland. In Oakland, sure, the attendance wasn't always great, but it was never being overtaken by the opposing team. The Raiders fans were always dominant, the most loud, but now it's like, it's a bunch of posers, it seems like. I don't really think the real Raider fans are really making the trip. It's just a lot of Las Vegas residents that kind of just go because it's a nice stadium. And people, the other people that go are opposing fans that want to see a nice stadium and want to see their team play. And I don't blame them. I probably would do the same thing. But I mean, it's just really strange in my opinion. And that, you know, leads me to think about the Oakland A's, like their thoughts about moving to Vegas, right? Like, if the Raiders can't fill up a stadium with their own fans, how can the A's expect to fill it up with their degree of fan base? I mean, it's so much lower. And, you know, baseball is played so often compared to football. It's played almost practically every day for months and months. And so, you know, for 5-6 months straight, you're going to have a stadium that's filled either with opposing fans or not filled at all. Not worth it, in my opinion. And I know Raiders were so hyped about this stadium and, you know, they couldn't get a deal done in Oakland, but I think a lot of it is just like, you know, their credibility with this stadium being filled by opposing fans is just, you know, it's just weird. I don't really understand, like, why they're just, you know, people are okay with this. It's just, I mean, it's inevitable, obviously, with a nice stadium like this, you're gonna get opposing fans. Like, that's obviously gonna happen. Like SoFi Stadium in LA, like when the Chargers play, when the Rams play, I can imagine that a lot of opposing fans will make the trip to see their team play. But the Raiders, you know, the Raiders have a worldwide brand. They have a huge fan base that I thought would all be willing to make the trip out to Vegas. And, you know, I haven't yet, so I guess I'm kind of a hypocrite, but like, a lot of people have made the trip out to Vegas that have been East Bay or California Raider fans. But now it just seems like that's not really happening as much because, you know, the fans are just not really supporting them. I don't know. And I think a lot of it is due to the fact that the Raiders aren't playing as good as they have been. But I mean, seriously though, like, this was embarrassing seeing our stadium filled with an opposing team's fans. And for the record, the Chiefs play in Missouri. It's not that close to Nevada. It's not close to California. I mean, these people made the trip. And I just think it's kind of weird that, like, you know, the Raiders made the sacrifice by moving to Vegas. And it was a risk reward. They got their nice stadium that they've been wanting for 60 years. But then their fan base is just, their stadium is just overtaken by, you know, opposing fans week by week. And, you know, I just don't know if this is going to change anytime soon because Vegas is a tourist city. And I think that's something the Raiders kind of should have or could have acknowledged. You know, if we look at their home schedule coming up, they got the Bengals at home. I don't know how the turnout will be for that. They got Washington at home. They got the Broncos at home and the Raiders and the Chargers at home. I think half those games are probably going to be a lot of opposing fans there. So I just don't know. I think it's strange what's going on with it. Personally, I mean, let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Your guys' thoughts on just what's going on, because it doesn't sit right with me. Like the fact that in Oakland, opposing fans, you know, rightfully so, were scared to go to the Coliseum to see the Raiders play their team because Raider fans were loyal. They were, yeah, a little bit too aggressive sometimes. That's pretty obvious. But main point, they were loyal, they stuck around, and a lot of them were, you know, supportive of their team no matter what. But now it's just like, who is going to these games? It's like, the black hole isn't there anymore. I don't think, I mean, like I said, I haven't been there yet, but from what I've seen, I don't think the black hole is there. It's just not the same atmosphere. The Raiders have changed. They have Marshmello performing at halftime. It's just like this Oakland image of this kind of like cool, you know, down-to-earth image with playing tough. It's gone. It's really gone. It really is. And I don't think they're ever going to regain that, really, unless they move again, which could happen because they have moved a lot. So yeah, anyways, guys, like I said, let me know your thoughts on this. I just thought it was a topic of discussion considering what happened against the Chiefs last night. But yeah, anyways, guys, see you later, and go Raiders.